And welcome to Memorial Stadium. I'm Rick Dupree along with Mike Yasutaki, and we're here, the semifinals. The Bellevue Wolverines ranked number 1 against the number 6 Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks, and it's third and about 2 to go for Bellevue. First drive of the game, and it looks like they got a first down. William Wang off the left side and picks up about 3, Mike, and out to about the 32. And Bellevue moving the sticks, their first drive here so far.
Basically, they're running a wing set, split backs, just a power formation. Nothing fancy, just.
Yeah, I tell you, they just line it up and dare you to stop them.
Yeah.
And the hand off to Wang over the right side, spins, he's across the 35, takes a shot.
Good run.
And goes down at about the 37. We're going to give him about 5 yards on that, so it'll be 2nd and 5. And again, the Wolverines got here, John, with a win last week over Rainier Beach, 56-22. I'm sorry, I said John, Mike. And Marysville-Pilchuck was a 39-21 winner over number 4 Yelm. And so that is why these two teams are here in motion for Bellevue. Is Isaiah Daniels off the left side, and that's Blake Teach. And Teach, a big gain out near midfield.
Good blocking on the corner there. The wideout got upfield, and
yeah, he kind of sealed, and Teach was able to get on the outside there, and they're going to spot it right at midfield. So the second first down for the Wolverines, and they are driving here. Blake Teach, only a sophomore, and a nice pickup there for the first down for the Wolverines. If you just tuned in, we're live at Memorial Stadium, the first of our doubleheader. And following this game, yes, you can hear game number 2 right here, Eastside and Kennewick. And that is Sean Daniels. And Daniels is going to be stopped for about a 2-yard loss on the play.
Delayed handoff there.
And it didn't fool anybody. And the Tomahawks were across the line of scrimmage, and they get the 2-yard loss there.
Yeah. Good penetration by the middle guard, nose guard.
And again, as I was just saying, stay tuned because this is the first of our doubleheader. Game number 2 here in the AAA semifinals features number 2 Eastside Catholic, number 6 Kennewick. You can hear it live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. So it'll be a 2nd and 12 to go for the Wolverines. Handoff coming around and stumbling, and a good stop coming in the backfield. I believe that was number 25, Landon James. And James, check that, no, it was 29, Carson Kuchera. Kuchera was able to make the hit behind the line of scrimmage, and the runner stumbles forward for 2 yards back to the original line of scrimmage at midfield. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it was good penetration by 29. He got upfield and got in the face of the running back real quick.
And that's going to be the key. I mean, you got to get these guys early. The Wolverines like to run the ball. They'll do some misdirection. They'll kind of try to make you think they're going one way, then go the other way. And getting that penetration is going to help. Quarterback Lucas Razor looking back, and he's got the pass off, and bobbled and incomplete. He had Chase Taylor. Chase Taylor was there, but Dylan Carson, great defense.
Good defense, yeah.
Carson was right there and knocked the ball loose and incomplete. And I tell you what, Chase Taylor was there and got open. Or check that. I believe that was Taylor. He got open. And again, Dylan Carson, great job on the coverage there to knock it loose. That'll make it a 4th and 10. So the Wolverines will set up for the punt at midfield.
Late sub coming in.
Rush, high kick. And back to receive it, Lucian Curtis. Curtis gets it and goes down immediately at about the 17-yard line. So the Tomahawks take 8:38 to go here in quarter number 1, and the Tomahawks will have their first offensive series of the ball game.
Bellevue was trying to establish that running play, quick dive, running that power set, using that flanker, sometimes using him on the corner, getting upfield, and that's how we were able to corner that previous play.
Yeah, and they will get you, kind of get that handoff coming up the middle, and then make you think they're going there and come out to the outside, do a misdirection.
Yeah, a lot of eye candy.
And on the outside, that is Galen Gray, and Gray's on the sideline, goes across midfield to the 40, almost down to the 35. Gray with the big pick of close to 45. Actually, we're going to call it, if I can do my math here, about 48 yards, I believe. And but it's going to come back. There is a flag at about the 33-yard line. So again, Mike, in WIAA, spotted the foul on a hold, and it looks like the spot of the foul is 33.
You're right. Yeah.
So to go 10 yards back from there, so it'll still be a gain, but takes away that big gainer.
Well, like we talked about, teams that can execute, minimize the penalties and mistakes are going to probably have the most success. Again, like I say, at this point in time of the year, you should be able to eliminate some of those mistakes because you've had enough ball games under your belt.
Yeah, you really want to eliminate those where it's after the play has passed, you're going to hold like that.
Yeah.
So with the hold going back, it's going to be essentially a 6-yard pickup. So it'll be a 1st and 4 to go. Handoff up the middle, across the 25, a gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards.
Just a straight dive play.
And that was Dylan Carson, 6 foot, 195-pound senior, takes it out to the 26-yard line. So that's going to make it a 2nd and about 1, maybe a long 1, short 2. So if you just joined us, no score, 7:55 left to play in the first quarter. Number 1, Bellevue, the Wolverines taking on number 6, Marysville-Pilchuck. And misdirection, and that is Jordan Velasquez across. Yep.
Right.
Across the 30, close to the 35, knocked out of bounds. So Velasquez, nice pickup there off the right side.
Right. Yeah, motioned away, and then they handed off, and he was able to get around the corner. It was a good blocking in the 9 gap by the end, offensive end.
That's the key. Again, if you're running outside, you've got to seal that defensive guy on the end. And defensively, you want to make sure that you keep that contained and force him inside. And Bellevue was not able to do that time.
Keep your outside arm and leg free if you're in the 8 or 9 gap, always.
The 8 and 9 gap is on the end. Hand off again. Velasquez.
That's a better job. Defense that time.
Yep.
They read that.
Made him turn it in. And they're going to say it's a 2-yard pickup out to the 36-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Tomahawks. And both of these teams like to keep the ball on the ground. They will throw when they have to and can throw it, but they primarily like to keep it on the ground. And we're seeing that thus far here as we're almost halfway through this first quarter.
Motion man.
Drive
Second man.
Nope. Hand off. Had me fooled. And they said second handoff, and that was Jamari Jefferson. Jefferson, the wide receiver. And not a lot of room there. Jefferson maybe a yard out to the 37, so it's going to make it 3rd and 7 for the Tomahawks. And you can hear we're on the Bellevue side of the field, and the band right in front of us, the cheer squad. And we've got a nice crowd here on both sides of the field. Light rain coming down, but still excellent football weather. Unless, of course, you're like me and like it warm and sunny. Handoff coming around from his end spot, and that is a Galen Gray.
They rallied to the ball.
Let's see, they're going to give Gray, it looks like maybe out to the 41.
Short.
Let's see where they, yep, it is going to be short. Actually, spot at the 42, so it's about 2 yards short. So it's going to be a 4th and 2.
Rick, you mentioned we had a lot of folks here. We've also have a bunch of folks watching us and listening to us. If you're listening for the first time to Rainier Avenue Radio, you've got Duke Dupree and M. Yeezy.
Filling in for Jay Yeezy. Now, which one is older? Who's older?
He by 2 minutes.
Sean is 2 minutes older. Okay, and Tomahawks go up for the ball's on the turf. And Bellevue's got it. They stop it. I tell you what, so Mike, on the handoff, quarterback spun around and just looked like he was a little unsure on the handoff, and the ball hit the turf. It's going to be a turnover on down.
He never had full control of the ball. I saw it hit his hands, and when he went to dive after, Bellevue was on top of it. Yeah.
So we'll see if that's a costly mistake there by Marysville, making the decision to go for it on 4th down. Head coach Brandon Carson.
First man through. Yep.
And Bellevue, short pickup. That was number 30, William Wang.
two-back set. They split left, and they have a wingman or flanker on the right. But they'll switch him over to the left, just give them a different look.
And Wang picks up about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 to go. Ball on the Marysville 37-yard line for the Wolverines.
Split right.
Hand off Wang up the middle again, and he's met right at about the 35, maybe the 34. We'll give him a couple of yards. So, yeah, they're going to spot it just inside the 35.
Right. Number 76 got penetration and basically jammed up the play.
That is Markel Moses, 5'9", 300-pound junior.
Okay, I can see why the hole closed down.
And for those of you who are watching, these are those two gentlemen right here.
All right. Bringing you live coverage from Memorial Stadium. All right. 3rd and about 3, maybe 4 to go for the Wolverines. Quarterback Lucas Resor. Handoff right up the middle, and not a lot of room for the Wolverines there.
Short.
Again, that was William Wang.
Yeah, yard short. That was just a straight power formation. They didn't split anybody out. Yeah, they split. They kept everybody in.
I never understood that, Mike. I'm going to split receivers out. You know, don't have everybody in there. And me as a 5'7" in high school, 155-pound running back, I'm like, man, get me on the outside, baby. I don't want to run in between the tackles. All right, 4th and 1 to go. The Wolverines are going to go for it. Split back, man in motion. Hand off, and he's not going to make it. Wang. Oh, my. Yeah, Jordan Velasquez, Dylan Carson, and a few other guys back there, and they stopped the Wolverines for a 1-yard loss. Turnover on downs. Oh, let me tell you, we got a ball game here. 3:28 left to play in the first quarter.
You know, like we said, there's not going to be a lot of changes. I mean, the teams have gotten this far and both are successful. Bellevue has an unblemished record. Marysville-Pilchuck 11-1. They're not going to change up a lot of stuff. They're just going to show you what they got and say, come stop us.
Yeah, that's a really good point. They're going to do what they have done all season long. That's gotten them to this point.
Right.
Hand off over to the right side. And breaking contain, that's Jordan Velasquez. Right. Velasquez close to midfield is going to be pushed out at about the 47-yard line, so a pickup of about 14 yards. And Marysville-Pilchuck moving the ball.
They're picking up something on that left side, Bellevue's left side. I don't know if it's a tight end getting upfield, but they're sealing the corner and being able to turn it and get upfield. That was good yardage.
Yeah, and that's the second time they've gotten on that the left side of the Bellevue defense and gotten outside and gotten some big yards. Yeah. So 1st and 10, handoff right up the middle. No, check it.
Second.
Coming around the second man. That is Galen Gray, and Gray across midfield. He's going to have about 8 yards to the 45 of the Wolverines. So I tell you, both teams doing a good job of kind of that fake handoff in the dive. Right. I thought the dive man had it that time.
Well, what's happening is the linebackers are trying to check to see where the ball is, and by that time, the Marysville-Pilchuck running back was cracking the corner.
Yeah, especially if you fake that inside handoff and go outside.
Yeah, split right now, power left.
Second handoff coming around, and that's Jordan Velasquez. Velasquez again on the right side. He's got some yards, across the 40 to 35. Oh, he's going to be slammed down at about the 34-yard line, right in front of his team on the sideline.
Yeah, they're seeing something on Bellevue's left that they like.
Yeah, they are. About a 10-yard pickup on that one for first down. So 2:28 left to go in the first quarter. No score. Marysville-Pilchuck, the number 6 rated team, are driving on the top-ranked Wolverines, trying to put the ball in the end zone and strike first. Hand off right up the middle. I believe that was Dylan Carson off the left side, and Carson give him maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, they're so run conscious. They brought the cornerback up tight on the line for run support on that left side. I think, like I said, they're seeing something out there that they're attacking. So Bellevue is trying to make an adjustment there.
When a play like that, setting up that fake on the inside and going to the outside.
See, now they've backed off.
Man in motion, Straight handoff
Straight
up
in.
the middle.
Right. That was
And that was Carson again. Carson going to move it
good
to 6 a
control.
little bit, another couple of yards. It'll be
Right.
a 3rd and 6 to go at the Wolverine 31 for the Tomahawks.
2-yard gain. 3rd down, 6 to go.
So again, the undefeated Wolverines with their backs against the wall now. 3rd and 6 for Marysville-Pilchuck at the Wolverine 32-yard line. Second handoff coming around. Good defense coming in, breaking penetration, and that was number 4, Jasper Svensson. Svensson with the stop for loss back to the 36-yard line. Check that.
Yeah, he read that. Got upfield, defeated the blocker, and was there for the tackle.
Just got the penetration. That was a loss of about 4.5, so that
Right.
will make it 4th and a little over 10 to go. Ball's at the Bellevue 36-yard line, and it looks like Marysville-Pilchuck going for it.
Yep.
Which,
late sub.
Yeah, you look at, you figure you don't have a field goal kicker that can kick it that far, and you're across the midfield. Go for it, man in motion, and a quick pass. Flag on the play. Yep, pre-snap, and it may have been delay a game. Yeah, it's going to go against. I see the referee point. It's going against Marysville-Pilchuck, and I believe it's going to be a delay a game. Let's see what the call is.
Yeah, they tried to bring in a late substitution, and got caught. Oh, procedure.
It's a procedure, yeah. And so now the Tomahawks will bring the punting unit on. The ball's going to go back to the 41-yard line. So the punter will be back at about probably the 45. So good, wise choice by head coach Brandon Carson. And deep for the Wolverines, number 3 is Sean Daniels. Sean Daniels, junior running back, also defensive back. He's back at about his 8-yard line. High punt, and it's not going to be fielded. Hits down and takes a Bellevue bounce, actually.
Right. Checked up.
Yep.
On the 22.
Check that out.
12,
about the 16.
16?
Like.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see exactly where they spot it. Waiting on the referees to spot the ball. So that's going to do it for the first quarter action. No score here at Memorial Stadium. Number 1, Bellevue. Number 6, Marysville-Pilchuck. And we're going to throw it to Tony B to see what he's got going on. Tony?
We'll be checking in with Daniel Bellis a little later to find out what we got on the scoreboard. Obviously not a lot of football games because we're down to, in 3A, the final 4. Speaking of which, that number 6 ranking for Marysville-Pilchuck, I don't know, man. These number 5.
Actually, my mistake is number 5. They're number 5. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
Even still, these guys are looking underrated.
Yeah, they really are, Tony. As Mike said, both teams coming in, they're sticking with what they do, but Marysville-Pilchuck coming in and not fazed by the fact that they're playing number 1.
And 4 o'clock, we'll be bringing you Eastside Catholic with a surprising Kennewick team that defeated O'Day last week and looked good doing it.
Yeah, they were a 27-21 winner over the Fighting Irish, and Kennewick ranked number 6 against number 2 Eastside Catholic.
And again, for those of you joining us for the very first time, you're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World, your community radio station, hyper-focused on Southeast Seattle. But we bring you high school sports all the way through the state championships. So whatever happens, whoever wins, we'll be at Spark Stadium in Puyallup next week for that 3A championship as well. And we're going to go back to game action here. I'll share a little bit more with you about Rainier Avenue Radio, but back to Rick Dupe, who, by the way, has a show at 6:30 on Monday nights that you really need to check out. And M. Yeezy.
Yes, sir. So on that first down carry, William Wang picked up about 3 yards. So the Wolverines 2nd and 7, balls on the 19-yard line. Start the second quarter. Hand off outside. And, a great play on the outside there. That was number 10, Casper. Check that. That was Jordan Velasquez. And Velasquez came up and stopped what could have been a big gainer by number 27, Blake Teets.
Right, he rolled up run support. They're giving good run support.
Tony made a good point. To tell you what, Marysville-Pilchuck coming in, and they defeated number 4 Yelm last week at Yelm. And here they are against number 1 Bellevue in their backyard, so to speak. Marysville-Pilchuck making the trip down from up north, and
Split
they
left.
are looking good. Second handoff coming around on the outside, and there's some room.
Got some room.
That is, and Daniel stands on the sideline. It's Coach Smith with one man to beat. Oh, and he can't get by him. Great play there defensively by Jackson Petermeyer with the stop, but all the way back at the 27-yard line. A flag, so that baby is coming back. Oh, Mr. Yasutake. You hate to see that happen to Sean Daniels. Got the outside on the left sideline.
Well,
the other thing is, one man to beat. You got to beat that one man, baby.
Well, we teach coaching. We teach let no one cross your face. But if you can't get your good hands on them, a good block, you got to let them go.
Let them go. Yeah.
You got to let them go.
Yeah. And these kids are trying. I certainly get it. You want to give your teammate the best chance to get some positive yards. But again, what you have to understand is if you know where the play is going, and if the play is opposite of where you're at, number one, or the play is past you, you have to let it go.
Not if that player that you're opposing has no effect, don't put your hands on them because they're looking for that.
Yeah, exactly. We used to teach when I was in Little League, man. We used to actually grab our jerseys. Now you can put your hands out and do something. We used to grab our own jersey and run up the middle, and there's some room. And that is number 2, Chase Taylor. Taylor out across the 35 for the first down. So Bellevue says, hey, you're going to call it back? Guess what? Doesn't matter. So the Wolverines moving the sticks. No huddle. They got the ball on the 36-yard line.
Right. It's tempo. They're coming up to the line already. Second man, 27.
Oh, room breaking. Oh, and one tackler to beat, and he couldn't get there. That was Blake Teets, and getting a hand on it was Dylan Carson. Carson stopped what would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, Bellevue's going tempo.
Yep, they are. Tempo. No huddle. You're right.
Speeding it up.
Quarterback Lucas Razor under center.
Yep. First man.
Right up the middle. That's William Wang. William Wang. And Wang across the 45 down to the 44 of the Tomahawks. So a pickup of about 7 yards. That's going to make it second and 3. Second and 3 at the Tomahawk 44-yard line. Hand off again. That is Blake Teets. So I tell you what, Mike, Lucas Razor, the quarterback for Bellevue, does a good job of hiding that fake and what have you. Makes it very difficult for the defense to see who has the ball. And again, no huddle back at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. Right up the middle, and baby, let me tell you.
He may have gotten it with that second effort. Yeah,
looks like he got it. To him.
Yeah.
I tell you, I saw the big man there, number 76, Markel Moses.
Yeah.
5'9", 300, but not able to make the stop. Let's see. Hold on. They're gonna call
measurement.
Yep, they're gonna call for the 6 to come out. It's close.
Yeah. Well, you brought up a good point, Rick, because the linebackers are scraping and flowing, and if they make the move because they see what they think they see, sometimes they're out of the play. So they have to kind of play it a little bit more honest. Watch the flow that's going on.
That's tough. And if you're staying home there in the middle and that it's a second handoff guy going around the end, that they beat that contain.
Right.
So, and both teams actually doing a very good job, and it's going to be a little bit short. It's about a half of a football length, maybe a football length short, so it's going to be 4th. It's going to be 4th and less than a yard to go for the Wolverines. Ball's at the Tomahawk 40, just shy of the 41-yard line. Also want to shout out to Lourdes Prim. She is on the camera doing the great job, as always. Lourdes is one of our 3 student interns working with us this fall, and she has been our main camera person and doing a great job. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, we're looking for that. And the handoff across the right side, and first down and then some, and that is William Wang for the first down across the 35. So, Tony B, looking forward to hearing Lourdes, because I know she is a woman of many talents, and we're going to expose those talents. Yeah, absolutely. First down, second man through, handoff, and that is Blake Teets. Teets on the right side, and he's going to have a short pickup. Let's see if they spot it. So the Wolverines on the move here, Mike, and trying to get in balls on the Tomahawk 31-yard line, a pickup of 3, so to be 2nd and 7. Again, light rain coming down, but actually it is very nice football weather, about 50 degrees out. And if you're on the field, you're not feeling cold. You're out, you're in it. Yes. And Asher, another Seattle Academy graduate. And handoff up the middle. Not a lot of room there. Again, William Wang, senior running back.
Yeah, straight handoff. A lot of belly action, so the linebackers from Marysville-Pilchuck have to stay alert.
Yeah.
They haven't tried. I haven't seen a trap play yet, but they,
Yeah, Mike, I might go if I'm again Coach Brandon Carson. I might go with the 2 linebacker set.
Yeah.
And those guys stay at home, and then you stop this on the outside. A great play coming in to make the stop. Dylan
face
Carson.
mask.
They're going to call it face mask. Yep, Carson knows it too. So Carson broke contain, got the stop in the backfield and got to Blake Teets, but looks like he grabbed the face mask. So let's see what the call is. And again, Mike, it looked like he didn't hold on to it. So I think this will only be a 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
You get an inconsequential. It was not intentional. Okay. He didn't hold on to it. But let's see the officials what they deem happened out there.
Referee, personal foul, face mask.
Nope, I'm wrong. He's marching off.
It's the major. It's the major. Wow.
And again, it looked like Dylan Carson did not hold on to it and grab it, but I thought I had seen in past games where situation like that, where again the face mask was not held on to and just let go. But hey, they gave him the 15 yards, so that is going to take it all the way down to the 19-yard line. Hand off straight up the middle for the Wolverines. And I believe that was trying to see the number 42. 42. That was a Landon Johnson.
New running back, yeah.
Johnson takes it down. About a 4-yard pickup to the 15-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 6 to go for the Wolverines. 6:40 left to go here in the first half. No score. We're in game number 1 of the AAA semifinals. Number 1, Bellevue. Number 5, Marysville-Pilchuck.
Tight formation power.
Hand off, first back through, spinning. Good run there. 42. That is Landon Johnson again. Johnson spinning and across the 10 for the first down. Johnson takes it down to the 8-yard line.
Landon Johnson. Yeah. That was their straight power formation. They weren't going to then splitting anybody out. They said, we're just coming at you.
Yep. It's mano-a-mano, and you got to stop us. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Wolverines. 6:15 left to go in the first half. No score. And the handoff coming around on the right side. Not a lot of that's still on his feet. Strong running there by Blake Teets. But Teets not maybe a yard. Let's see where they spot it, Mike. No gain. So good defense on the right side of the defense, or rather left side of the defensive line for Marysville-Pilchuck.
They opened it up. They put a wide out to the right. Then they brought the flanker in. Now they're split left.
So trying to get a little, spread that defense out just a little bit. You got the split backs and then the little wingman. And handoff to the wingman coming across. And that was number 3 is Sean Daniels. And Daniels going to take it across the 5 to, I think we spotted right at the 5. So pickup of about 3 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. And Mike, I tell you what, if Marysville-Pilchuck can keep the Wolverines out of the end zone on this drive, that's a big win for them.
Right.
But this is definitely 4-down territory.
You might see the first pass for Bellevue right here.
Hand off Teach on the right side. Not a lot of room. But Teach spinning, and he was hit at about the 4, but I think he
picked up a couple extra yards.
Yeah, all the way down to about the 2.
Initial contact, yards after contact.
Yep. That's what you want to
Wow.
see. Yep, they're going to mark it at the 2.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 4th and goal at the 2. Wolverines quarterback Lucas Rosori came to the sideline. He's got the play. Now they're in the huddle calling it. 15 on the play clock. The fans are on their feet. You hear 4:20 left to go. No score here in the first half.
Power set.
Hand off, and I think he's going to be short. Oh, baby, let me tell you, the Tomahawks say, not in this house. May not be our house, but you ain't doing it here.
Oh, first down, Marysville.
Marysville-Pilchuck stops the Wolverines on 4th down. The Wolverines, 4th and goal from the 2-yard line, decided to go for it, and the Tomahawks rise to the challenge. So they'll take over on downs, 1st and 10 on their own 1-yard line. I'll check it. They're saying the 2-yard line. Mike, it looks like the 1 to me.
Yeah, it does. But
Straight handoff.
picked up about 3.
Carson, Ruben checked that. That was Dylan Carson.
It's like 2.
Dylan Carson. I'm assuming the coach's son, same last name. Carson, they had that face masking call called on him, but the Tomahawk defense stepped up and kept the Wolverines out of the end zone. So it'll be 2nd and about 8 to go for Marysville-Pilchuck at the 3-yard line. Yeah, maybe the 4.
Marysville-Pilchuck's probably going to be a little conservative here, being that they got their backs to the goal line.
Yeah, if they can get the ball out and
Right.
give their punter room if they don't get that first down. But they're going to have a
through.
good run and close to a first down. It's going to be short, though. That is Dylan Carson again, 6 foot, 195-pound senior off the left side. He's going to be out to about the 10, just past the 10. So that's going to make it a 3rd and about a yard to go.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to spot it. They're going to spot it at the 11. It's got to get to the 12 for the first down. So big play here. Mike, 3 minutes left to go in the half. But if the Tomahawks can get a first down and extend this drive, that will do them well. Hand off right up the middle, Carson, and I think he's got it. Yep, second effort.
Second effort.
Kept those feet
Got
moving.
Yeah.
Yep, moving the chains. So that's a big first down for Marysville-Pilchuck. Again, moving the ball out. Again, you talk about field position, and again, with only 3 minutes left in the half, you don't want to give the ball back to the Wolverines on this side of the midfield.
Right. Coming out, gives you can use a little bit more diversity in your offense now since you don't have your backs to the goal line.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens here.
I may do a play action and get a guy running the streak here. And second handoff on the outside. That's Jordan Velasquez. Velasquez got some room. He's on the sideline, knocked out outside the 35. So big pickup there of about 20, 23, 24 yards, depending on where they spot him.
There again, Bellevue's left side.
Yeah.
There.
Right. So, yeah, you're right. Marysville-Pilchuck has found something on that right side of left side, rather, of the Bellevue defense, Mike, that they can exploit. They're getting outside of that left side. That's the 3rd play we've seen where the Tomahawks have been able to break the penetration there and get some positive yards outside.
Might have something to do with what Marysville-Pilchuck has going on their offensive line on that right side.
They got a big fella there at the
They got a big guy in over there.
Yeah, that's number 64, Josiah Frank, 6'5", 295. That is a big young man.
Something, referee stopped the play.
So there's something on the field. So I think they're saying add some time to the clock. Go to
Clock
2:20.
situation. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Has either team called a timeout? I can't recall anybody called a timeout.
I don't recall. No, it's been a really fast play in the first half because both teams keeping the ball on the ground.
Right.
And so we're only 36 minutes into this game, and we got 2 minutes left in the half. All right, so the Tomahawks 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Second
hand off to the motion back. That's Galen Gray. Gray gets outside, gets across the 40, and he's going to be stopped there.
Good tackle.
Galen Gray, 5'8", 175-pound junior,
he's got some quicks.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
does.
some quicks. I was watching him. He dipped in and got out. Normally, if you dip in, you don't get a chance to
Don't
get
get
to
out,
the corner.
yeah.
But he got out. He got outside.
Showing some speed there. Pickup of about 5.5 yards.
Right.
Call it 6. So second and 4 to go. And
Going
off
right.
the right side, coming inside, and that is a Jordan Velasquez. And Velasquez,
Second man.
yep, gets it out to the 49. So yard shy of the first down. So tell you what, Mike, a minute 30 left to go here in the first half. And the Tomahawks is moving the ball, the clock working against them. So they've got the timeouts, like you said, and you may want to put
The ball
the ball up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in motion,
Nope, this is going to run
and
it.
off right up the middle. That's
First
Dylan
down.
Carson. Carson in midfield. He's going to be stopped first down. And it looks like a Blake Jones, offensive lineman for the Tomahawks, got up slowly, but he's okay. He'll stay in. So clock still running. And I'm not sure why Marysville-Pilchuck not using their timeouts. I mean, you can't take them with you.
Right.
You use them. Hand off to the second man coming outside. That's Velasquez. Oh, a great tackle coming up. And that was number 3, Sean Daniels.
I think first time out.
First
here.
time out, yeah. So pickup of about 6 yards to the 44-yard line of the Wolverines. And the Tomahawks with 50 seconds left to go in the first half call timeout. So no score here. Number 1, Bellevue, the Wolverines against number 5, Marysville-Pilchuck. It is no score and a well-played ball game. Tony, what are you seeing out there, man?
You know, Rick, I find this appropriate right now. Excludes the vocals, but this is how they do it. No passes in this game so far.
Yeah, well, we had the one long pass felt incomplete. Good defensive play by Marysville-Pilchuck, but yeah, you're right. I mean, they're keeping the ball on the ground.
If you are one of our normal Metro League followers, you see a lot of passing games, a lot of exciting, explosive plays. But you know. These guys are doing what they do. Like you said, this is what got them here.
This is what got them here.
And this is what they're going to do.
So we got 52 seconds now on the clock. Marysville-Pilchuck second and 4 with the ball on the Bellevue 44-yard line. No score here. Again, 52 seconds in the first half.
Single safety, Bellevue.
Hand off. That's Carson off the left side. Keeps his feet moving. Carson still on his feet. And down to about man fighting. And then they're saying the ball's out at the end. Let's see what the call is. Bellevue pointing their way, but I have not seen an official say anything. It looks like they're going to say he's down.
He was down.
Yep.
It was good second effort, Bellevue.
Yeah, second and third effort by Dylan Carson, I tell you what.
Right.
And looks like we've got the clock is going to stop as they move the chain. Nope, another timeout by the Tomahawks.
Right.
So kind of waited late to use the timeouts here, Mike, but
yeah.
We shall see.
Clock management.
Yeah. And it's interesting, Tony, you were talking about this is how we do it. And sad thing about that, Montel Jordan, the artist who wrote that song or what have you, at some point in his career, I don't know all the details. I remember reading an article, and he sold the rights to the song.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he doesn't own the rights to the song anymore. That is one of those songs that, again, like Purple Rain, there's just a few songs that are timeless. And, baby, if you own the rights to that, you cannot let it go.
Have you seen that commercial with Shaq and Montel Jordan?
No, I haven't.
There is a Shaq, and Shaq is making a cabinet, and then Montel Jordan makes it a little better and says, "This is how you do it." And then Shaq is trying to wax his car, and Montel Jordan brings out a buffer and says, "This is how you do."
No,
and so he's not making money off the actual song. He has to be in the commercial to make money.
Commercial, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought the brother was getting paid.
Yep. Hand off, and that is Galen Gray on the left side. He's going to be close to a first down, not out of bounds, so the clock is still moving. 35 seconds left to play.
That was a single back set, double flankers.
So now single back is Dylan Carson, and Gray, one of those slot backs. Hand off to Carson right up the middle. He's going to go down quickly at about the 20-yard line. So 17 seconds. They call another timeout, I believe, which is their third.
You know, while we're in timeout, I want to give a shout out to a couple of players that we watched and had the joy of broadcasting their games last night. Paolo Banchero and Duke beat Gonzaga, and where Nolan Hickman is at Gonzaga.
Yes, and Paolo from O'Day, Nolan Hickman at the Eastside Catholic. Some movement.
Legal procedure. Oh, timeout.
Oh, time. Yeah, and they had to. The clock was at 2 seconds, so this will be the final play. And, you know, again, Tony, you mentioned some of the players we've covered, and one player that I'm sure both of these teams wish they had if they don't have a kicker. One was a kicker from Garfield, Miles Merkelbach.
Yeah.
Marcus Merkelbach, rather. And then last week, the kicker, I'm forgetting his name, but tell you what, he was All State headed to Texas A&M. And they tried a 60-yard field goal last week. He came up short.
Just a little short.
Just a little short.
Right on the money, though.
Yeah. So Marysville-Pilchuck will go for the field goal. The ball's going to be spotted at the 27. So this will be a 37-yarder
Ashton
from
Wolf.
the left hash.
Yeah, Ashton Wolf.
Ashton Wolf, the kicker. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. He's got enough leg.
Oh, yeah.
It is good. Whoa. So at the end of the first half, the Tomahawks, the 37-yard field goal, and they go into the locker room with a 3-0 lead here in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals of the 3AA tournament. And, well, I tell you what an exciting first half here at Memorial Stadium.
How big was that stop on the 1-yard line now for Marysville-Pilchuck, and Bellevue makes the decision to go for it instead of taking the 3?
That's exactly it. And so Marysville-Pilchuck now will go into the locker room leading 3-0. Don't go anywhere, because game number 2 coming up right here following this game. That will feature number 2 Eastside Catholic, the Crusaders, taking on number 6 Kennewick. And so the winner of this game will play the winner of that game next week, a game you can hear and see right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, noon next Saturday. What is that, December 4th, I believe it is.
4th.
You can, and we'll be live at the Spark Stadium in Puyallup.
And before you two take a little break here, you know, we were talking about this. We were talking about Paolo and Nolan Hickman playing a big game last night. If you are again joining us and we've been covering Metro League football and you're watching us for the first time, we do have to give a shout out to some exciting players. And I know both of you can help me here about some of the players that we've had come through here. And I'm thinking right now, you know, for Rainier Beach, Shakti Davis, I believe his name is, at the quarterback.
Davis, also Jalen Green.
Green.
Big receiver.
Of course, Josh Connolly.
Big Josh Connolly. Oh, yeah. Some
And the quarterback, when did the quarterback for Rainier Beach too?
And I'm drawing a blank on the name, but yeah, and a fine season as well.
Yeah. And then over on the Garfield side, Jermaine Miller and Jacoby Cochran.
Yeah. Jacoby Cochran Jr. just great season. You had the great running backs, the tandem there of a senior and a sophomore. And I tell you what, Garfield and Rainier Beach. Rainier Beach lost last week to number 1. Garfield lost. I think it was the week before, and I want to say they lost to Marysville-Pilchuck, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah, they did.
Rainier Beach lost to Bellevue.
Yeah.
Garfield lost to Marysville-Pilchuck.
Yeah.
But, much success to those teams to make it to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And some other, help me out here, Rick. I know you guys. I'm thinking James Newberger from Lincoln. And then Seattle Prep, too, Braden Smith.
Yeah, Braden Smith, one of the top all-around athletes, for the Seattle Prep Panthers, and you'll see him on the basketball court, and maybe a better basketball player than football player.
Got to give a shout-out to Big Tank, too, for Franklin, having scored their first victory in, 7 years?
Yeah. So the Quakers, so great to see Franklin, your alma mater.
That is my alma mater.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, indeed. So just some great football. One of the things that we have seen throughout our, I believe, 4 years now, because we had the spring was our third, and we see just great sportsmanship throughout. We mainly cover Metro, but then as we get in the playoffs, we cover all of the teams. taking you all the way to the state championship in both football and basketball. And we have just seen great sportsmanship. I really, really appreciate what these young athletes, both boys and girls, have displayed on the field, whether they're winning or losing. And regardless of what the score is, they continue to compete. Yeah. And that is something that is really encouraging.
And it is so impactful, Rick. I thought we were the last ones out of the stadium last week. And I looked down on the field, and sitting on the steps was Jason Brown of O'Day, taking it hard. Sophomore, another outstanding football player, sophomore. And I thought we were the last ones on the field, and he was sitting down on the steps on the field, being consoled as a sophomore following that loss to Kennewick.
You know,
he's a good ball player. He's a very good ball
he is a very good player. I mean, we saw him in the spring as a freshman, and we said, man, he's going to be a player. You know, it's interesting because I don't think if you haven't played sports, you don't understand. I mean, how much you are into this and what a team game it is. The two things I want to share real quickly, Casey Jones, the great Casey Jones, who passed away last Christmas, the long time, he was with Bill Russell at University of San Francisco. They won a couple of national titles, won a gold medal, and then together won, I believe it was 8 championships in Boston. And Casey talked about, at a time when there was a lot of racism in Boston, but he said, Rick, when we went through that door of the locker room, we became family. And the camaraderie that is built and the relationships that are built. The other I want to point out, I saw it last night, Golden State won again. And they showed Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson was on the court almost by himself for about 30 minutes after the game. And he is almost ready to play, but it's been 2.5 years since he's played a game. And they were just talking about how emotional he was. And Draymond Green and Steph Curry talked a little bit about it. And Steve Kerr just said, he's a passionate guy, wants to get out there and play. But, you talk about whether it's a win or a loss, or you've been out and not being there with your teammates.
Right.
There's a lot of emotion involved in it.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that we, as coaches and people that mentor young people, sports is just a tool. It's like a book. You can do something good with it. And you can teach like great, coach, a very good friend of mine, Al Roberts, who coaches at O'Day. He gave a clinic, and we're junior league football coaches, little league football coaches. But he said the one thing that stuck with us is that in order to be successful, you have to be a master teacher. And so everything we did was to teach, but was not only to teach the game, but to teach with elements so that these kids could go a little further with it, so that they could take what we taught them and develop more. And so that was one of the things that we looked at. And that's one thing that I always remember he said, being a master teacher.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Al was my coach at UW. He was my position coach, and at the collegiate level, pro level, the position coach is that coach that you really develop a relationship with. And there's so many life lessons. What I hear you say, Mike, you're talking about life lessons. There are life lessons out of athletics that these young boys and girls, young men and women that are playing the game, that they take away. And I think all three of us, me, you, and Tony, as former athletes, there are so many life lessons. Now, I remember all my coaches, and I remember guys like Al Roberts. I remember a teacher like Charlie Walker III, who, when I was at Asa Mercer, taught me so many things. And I never it's a degree. It's a muscle in your head, that brain is going to last a lot longer than these other muscles, and exercise that muscle too. Yeah,
well, it's like the great basketball coach John Thompson. He took a basketball, and he says, "How much air is in this basketball?" Okay, let's say 9 pounds. And he said to all incoming Georgetown players, "You're going to stake your whole life reputation on 9 pounds of air? I mean, come on, it's what you do with it, That was something he had said. One thing I could say, I can't take all the credit for, but at least one of my young men I coached when he was developing just became the mayor of Seattle, Bruce Harrell.
Bruce Harrell,
yeah. But there have been a number of great young men. The thing that you brought up, Rick, about mentoring and teaching, and you too, Tony, I run across players that I coached 20, 30 years ago, maybe I'll say 40 years ago, and they'll come up to me and say, "Coach Mike," they'll say, "Remember you said this?" And I can't remember half of what I said, but they do remember the things you say that influenced them or had an impact on them. So I want to give kudos to all the people that volunteer their time, that mentor these young people, because we need that more than ever. We are still a village. We have to
Yeah.
look at that.
That
We're
is
a village.
that is a great
So
comment.
well
I'll tell
said.
you, you may remember my coach at Franklin, Coach Sly.
Oh yeah.
And
Sly.
I'll tell you what he told me. As you know, Rick, I was playing football since I was 8, 9 years old.
Yeah, we were down there Rainier together.
And he had a conversation with me. And he said, "Look, young man," he says, "you can be good. You have to make up your mind whether you want to play football or not." And
Yeah.
I said, "You know what, Coach, you're right. I don't want to play football. I just play because I enjoy it." And it made me realize I needed to focus on, at the time, was music.
Right.
But again, it was him having that conversation with me and making me realize, this. Do you what do you want to do? Do you want to do how the way that you're approaching this, your commitment is not commensurate to the talent that you have.
Yeah.
Do you want to play? And I'm like, wow, that's not the impression I want to leave on people. Especially when you got teammates out here that they're thinking about, this is what I want to do, and you have to have the full commitment. And not that I was slacking off, but it was just a realization that he saw through me.
He was able to see it. Yeah.
He was able to see through me.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. I mean, I think whatever we do, and I think a message for young men, young women listening is that, whatever you set your heart to, whatever you are passionate about, it's going to take some work. And regardless of whether you have natural talent or not, if you really want to excel, you look at people, and I'll never forget this story. I was working for the Sonics when the Sonics traded Ray Allen and drafted Kevin Durant and Jeff Green. And that was around the time that Jerry Colangelo, the U.S. had lost in some of the World Games and Olympics and what have you. And so they started to say, hey, we got to get a feeder program because now we got these college kids playing against grown men.
Yeah.
And so that feeder program and two of the athletes on that first, one of the first, not the first, kind of the tier 2 guys that they were developing were Kevin Durant and Jeff Green. And I never forget the story they said. They said, yeah, we were in Las Vegas and we had a day off, but we went to the gym. And guess what? There was one other person in the gym when they got there. His name was Kobe Bryant.
Oh, wow.
And that's what it takes. That type of commitment, that type of dedication.
Right.
And you got to be willing to work hard. You got to be willing to make some sacrifices, if you want to be at an elite level. And whether that's as an athlete, as a musician, as a politician, as a scientist, whatever it is, if you want to be at that elite level, it's going to take some dedication.
Yeah.
The good thing about high school sports is you can play for fun.
Yeah.
You can.
Absolutely.
Right.
And for a lot of folks, that's the last level that they're going to play at, is that high school level. And you say this because you're bringing up for the sportsmanship that we've seen, because that's really what it's all about here.
It is,
And that camaraderie and those relationships are built. If you like the conversation that you're listening to right now, we broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on Rainier Avenue Radio, a number of different shows. You can hear about politics, you can hear about music, you hear about, of course, sports, just a number of different programs. So go ahead and tune in. I guarantee you that you find something you like. Gentlemen, I know that you normally take a break this time. We're a little short-handed, so I want to give you the opportunity. If not, we can keep this going. And we'll just
enjoy the conversation.
Oh, sure.
And I will say, you talk about shows. I mean, we have a great sports lineup on Monday nights. This Monday, I'll be talking to Val Whiting. She'll be joining us, if I'm not mistaken, on our basketball broadcast.
And I haven't been mentioning it yet because, but we're getting some. There are some basketball games being played today. They're both for the boys and girls. Basketball season has started, so we will be covering following the
state championship game next week.
So Val Whiting,
then we'll turn our attention to our basketball.
will be joining our broadcast along with legendary Joyce Walker.
Oh, wow.
We are excited to have those two women, elite basketball players, and people have heard me say this time and time again. Joyce Walker, and I say this with no mistake, she is one of the best, if not the best basketball players, not women basketball players, one of the best basketball players to come out of the state of Washington. Val Whiting was at Stanford, a great career, and then in the WNBA, and doing some great things with kind of motivational coaching and mindset coaching. So you hear more about that on Monday Night Sports this Monday at 6:30, and that'll be followed by Midline Sports with Granville Emerson and Peppy Bean. So make sure to tune in for some of that live sports broadcasting.
Right.
And I'm going to let this out of the bag. In December, we're going to be having a sports special. that you don't want to miss. I'm not going to say too much, Duke, because I know that's your baby.
We're planning. I got to get busy. Now I'm on the hook. I got to make it happen.
But yes, a number of different personalities from our sports department, and I'll just say the discussion will include critical issues.
Yeah, we'll have some great conversation and just kind of that round table, and really allow our listeners, our viewers, to kind of hear our opinions, and as we can go a lot deeper into a different subject. So that'll be a lot of fun. Mike, we're going to have you come on out with us, okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
Love to.
You know,
Thank you.
if the big guy was here, Edwin Bailey, back in the era of Chuck Knox, this would be his kind of football game we're playing today.
Yes, it would be,
yeah. 3 yards in a cloud of dust or something like that. Yeah.
You know, also, we talked about our interns before we go back into the game. I want to let everyone know we're especially proud of our internship program. We run programs in Rainier Beach High School, Franklin High School, Rainier Valley Leadership Academy, Mercer Middle School, Washington Middle School, Meany Middle School. We've graduated over 350 students from middle and high school.
Fantastic.
In everything from communications and journalism to app design, web design. We teach math and coding classes, and of course, film photography and broadcast. So that's a little bit about Rainier Avenue Radio and who we are.
And Tony, I also want to say thank you, because Rainier Avenue Radio, I manage the senior internship program at Seattle Academy. And Rainier Avenue Radio, our first intern was from Seattle Academy, Peyton Blackmore. That was when we first started out.
Just left town today. She was in town. Her sister Vanessa, who interns for us, that's why she's not here today. She was taking Peyton to the airport.
Okay, all right.
But Peyton says hello.
Good.
By the way, Peyton says hello.
Very good. So Peyton, one of the first interns, and we have had several interns from Rainier Avenue Radio, and then also young men and women that have been part of the senior project program, our internship program. So in addition to the internship that Rainier Avenue Radio offers, Rainier Avenue Radio also allows Seattle Academy students that do our internship program to do their internship program with Rainier Avenue Radio. That's a 5-week program in the spring, and that's available for other high schools as well. If you have kids that are interested, we certainly want to take a look and expose them to broadcasting and all facets of broadcasting and give them that opportunity. I certainly got the bug early, kind of watching guys on TV. The guy that inspired me, honestly, was O.J. Simpson. And, what O.J. did not only on the field, but off the field. And a guy who is emulating that and taking it a whole nother level is Nate Burleson from O'Day High School. He's doing a great job on the CBS morning show, on the CBS football broadcast. So just proud of Nate and what he is doing.
And we've got a former Husky running back down in Miami right now. They did the heart on the sleeve. Miles Gaskin.
Miles Gaskin.
Miles Gaskin and Isaac from Seattle Academy. Reminded me, I know this is going to be off topic for a little bit, it's going to seem like a personal conversation with me and Rick. How does Seattle Academy boys basketball team look this year?
So Seattle Academy graduated a
number of
5 guys, including Isaac Allnut, who's down at I think Isaac's at Santa Clara. I think will be rowing down there, if I'm not mistaken. But we have some kids coming back. Sean Burrow and Zach Townsend and the staff there. They're kind of reloading, and it's hard to replace a guy like Leo DeBrule, who was a 3-time league MVP.
And he ended up going to
Cal Irvine. So he got a summer look. Coach was down at a tournament. He didn't have a D1 offer. He was going to go to a prep school down in Florida, and the coach saw him.
Not just any prep school. Monteverde.
The top prep school. And down in Orlando. And anyway, the coach saw him and was like, man, I don't know. Well, this kid was not on my radar, but they offered him a scholarship on the spot. So Leo DeBrule down there. Trent Johnson also coaching down in the league, took a head coaching job, interim job. So a lot of great action, and you'll hear more about that here on Rainier Avenue Radio. And we're going to bring you some exciting coverage, not only of high school basketball, but we might throw in a little surprise or two in there as well.
We got a few surprises.
Looking forward to that.
If you like what you hear, we're a community radio station. Feel free to give us a donation at Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. We'd appreciate it. We bring these 2 games to you for free, absolutely no fee, and you can count on us to continue to do that. Gentlemen, your break is over.
All right. And I thought that Venmo, wasn't it Venmo at Rick Dupree? No. All right. No, Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. Make sure to support us. So the Wolverines will kick off. Marysville-Pilchuck deep, and that is deep for the Tomahawks number 10, Jordan Velasquez, and he is back in the middle man, and he is going to let it go into the end zone. So we will start out the second half with the Tomahawks leading the Wolverines 3-0. And we are just starting here the second half. And again, want to remind you, don't go anywhere because this is just game one of our doubleheader. Following this game, we will bring you number 2 Eastside Catholic, number 6 Kennewick, and that winner of that game will play the winner of this game for the AAA State Championship next week. You can hear it and see it right here live on Rainier Avenue Radio, 12 noon next Saturday, a week from today, down at Spark Stadium in Puyallup. But right now, the Tomahawks, the Wolverines, they're going at it. 3-0 Tomahawks. We have 1 half left to play. High snap. Bounces, fielded by Carson, and he's going to be stopped for a loss. Oh, and they were in the Wildcat. And that was running back Dylan Carson back, and the snap was high. He couldn't field it, and he's lose about 3 yards on the play. Check it 4, so it's going to be 2nd and 14. Ball's at the 16-yard line. No, it's not. It's at the 17-yard line. I was looking at the scoreboard. So it's going to be 2nd and 13.
Looks like they're opening up their formation a little bit. They got 2 split series.
And
snap
another
again.
snap, and Carson couldn't handle it. But Carson breaking a couple of tackles, and it's going to get back to the line.
Good recovery.
Yeah.
That was a good recovery.
You know, Mike, something that your brother John and I talk about a lot is kind of that
fundamental.
The shotgun, that snap, it's got to be on the money. Right. Now, that wasn't a bad snap. Carson just followed it.
Yeah.
I was just going to talk about that. If Jay Yeezy was here, he'd be harping on that, making sure that snap is.
Well, I'll give you a little secret. I played center at Garfield, and the worst thing, I could not snap the ball for punts. So I could do T formation snap. I could not snap the shotgun snap. So that was something I had to work on.
Yeah. All right, 3rd and 13.
Yeah.
And looks like we're going to have a timeout. So it looks like, I tell you what, the Bellevue fans, you can hear them, and the players of Bellevue sideline are getting their fans up on their feet. So Marysville-Pilchuck, Mike, and let me ask you this. So they come out, and they number one, they replace quarterback Jace Luton with Dylan Carson, and they go with the Wildcat with Carson, spread it out, and 2 plays, and, again, mishandled snaps.
Bad snaps. Well, like we said, team that executes a game plan and eliminates the mistakes and penalties will be successful.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, they've played enough games now, so they know what the basic fundamentals are. They know what they should do, and it's just a matter of execution.
Yeah.
You know?
And my question as a coach, would you come in second half and change everything?
No.
They go in? Now, obviously, they run this.
Right.
Okay, now they go back to what they were going in the first half.
T formation, direct snap. Okay.
Handoff up the middle. That is Carson. Carson fighting for yards. So Carson was lined up as the running back that time. He'll get it out to about the 20, right around the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th and 10.
Punt team is coming.
Yep.
Yep.
And the Tomahawks have to punt it away.
Yeah.
So, Mike, talk about how important is momentum. And right now, we'll see what happens with Bellevue. But right now, the momentum seems to be swinging.
Marysville-Pilchuck, like you said, didn't have to make a lot of adjustments. But what they did, they came out and probably tried to change the momentum by coming out with the Wildcat, giving them something they hadn't seen. But unfortunately, they didn't execute it properly.
So high punt, it's short. It's going to come down at about the 45. Gets a good bounce.
Yep.
Goes out of bounds right at midfield.
48.
They mark it right at midfield.
Yeah.
So
okay.
The Wolverines will take over with great field position here to start the second half. 9:50 left to go in the third quarter. Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks leading the Bellevue Wolverines 3-0.
Let's see if Bellevue tries to open it up. They'll probably start off with their basic offensive attack, but then they eventually they're gonna have to open it up.
And when John, Mike, we saw a great play in the first half where they again had a receiver open, ran the play action, and just a good defense play to knock the ball loose. So we'll see in that set. Spread back. And a great play coming up to make 29. The tackle for a loss, maybe right back at the line of scrimmage is Carson Kuchera.
Got penetration. I don't think he was blocked.
Looked
like he was untouched.
Kuchera came and got the William Wang, stopped him for a 1-yard loss back to the 49, so it'll be 2nd and 11 for Bellevue.
If Marysville-Pilchuck linebackers are scraping and flowing as hard as they are, sometimes, like you said, misdirection might work against them.
The ball in the air. And the receiver was there. Quarterback Lucas Mazora had Hogan Hansen open and just threw it a little bit high and behind him. And Hansen's a big target.
Yeah. Did you see how wide open he was?
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Again, both of these teams, they have had some success on the ground and not put them on the air. And you run a play action, and again, like that, whether it's a guy dragging across the middle or a guy running the out pattern or running that go pattern, if you got single coverage, man, I'm telling the guy, let's go.
Yeah.
So we will
They'll
see.
They'll go back to that.
Yeah. So 3rd and 11 for the Wolverines. Some movement, handoff, and the flag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a procedure.
Yep. Illegal procedure. Sean Daniels, I believe, was moving a little bit. They're going to call him. So it's going to go back 5 yards against the Wolverines. That'll make it 3rd and 16. No, the ball will be at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah. And I'm watching these numbers on our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, along with our audio stream. And again, as the second half started, people started tuning back in. So I just want to remind everyone you're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio .world. We've been broadcasting high school football, and your announcers, play-by-play, Mr. Rick Dupree, and your commentary, M. Yeezy.
Thanks.
And the handoff, and that is Wang. Wang across midfield to the 40, the 35. The 30's got one man to beat. The 20, the 15, the 10, and brought down a touchdown-saving tackle. That was number 11, Lucas Curtis. But I tell you what, Wang got a hold and put on the Jets, man, and he was off to the races.
He was gone.
That's the big play that one of the teams was looking for, and the Wolverines strike first inside the 15-yard line.
Going to run a play right now. Here we go.
Wang again off the right side.
And 3 yards. Oh, he's still running. He's still going. Still going.
The pile was still moving. And it's going to be inside the 5-yard line.
Right.
So it's a 1st and goal at the 9 and a pickup of about 4, maybe 5 yards. They're going to spot it at the 5-yard line, the nose of the football on the 5.
The way I look at it, I think the word pass is it's a 4-letter word that Bellevue doesn't want to use.
That's not how they do it.
Yeah. That's how they look at it.
Yeah.
All right. Split backfield again.
Powers.
Handoff Wang off the left side. He's got the outside. And a great tackle coming up. And once again, that was Lucian Curtis. If Wang would have had the speed, he could have got there, but Curtis beat him to the spot and knocked him down. So a gain of, let's see, they're going to give him about 1.5 yards to the 3. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
What did you say earlier, Rick? When you have one man to beat,
you got to beat him, baby. You got to figure out how to get it done. And, I know that it was a long time ago, but the one-on-one with Duke boys won that one. Trust me, baby. If you don't know, you better go ask somebody. Wang off the left side, and he's in. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Yep. That was just an off-tackle play, just in a B-gap.
William Wang takes it in for 3 yards out.
Good blocking at the point.
Yep. To give the Wolverines their first score of the ball game and their first lead, 6-3.
I can say it now again. This is how we do it. You're Bellevue. You keep the ball on the ground and you pound.
Right.
So with 7:27 left to go in the third quarter, Wolverines finally on the scoreboard. Extra point. The kick is up, and
It's good.
Lifts the uprights. It's good.
All
So
right.
the number 1 ranked Wolverines take the lead for the first time in the ball game. They lead the Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks 7-3.
You know, Rick, I tell you, with football, and because I like to play defense, I like to hit. And the problem was I would always sprain my thumbs. You know, it's hard on the fingers. And I couldn't play my musical instruments.
Let me tell you something. Remember Al B. Sure?
Yeah.
So Al B. Sure, I forgot the song, one song he came out with. It was a big hit, but if I'm not mistaken, he was a really good high school football player, had a college scholarship, and chose to go music instead of, and let me tell you something. Now at 59, and the way the body feels, if I could sing, which I can't, or if I could play the instrument, I probably would have gone that route rather than football.
You know, come home and the fingers would look like this sometimes.
Like, that ain't working.
Oh, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
But Coach Sly says, you're not giving me the commitment I need.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. He recognized that. And touchback on the kick. So
Right.
Marysville-Pilchuck will take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
As the coach, Mike, did you ever have to have that conversation with the student athlete where, hey, look, you're better than what you're giving me. What
Sure.
do you want to do?
We've had the only thing that when we set up our program, we said you only have to make one commitment, and that's to be on the team. If you can't make that commitment, then do something else. You know, don't waste your time and don't waste, our time. If you can't make that one commitment, that's all we ask. Don't make it every day, just one time.
That's all you can ask. Good advice.
Yep.
Handoff off the left side, and that is Carson. I believe Carson about 4 yards out to the 24-yard line. So Marysville-Pilchuck going back to what worked for them in the first half. Carson gingerly walking back to the huddle. Looks like he twisted an ankle maybe, but he's staying in the ball game. I tell you what, I know how that is. It's like, hey, this is a big game. I ain't going out. So 2nd and 6 for the Tomahawks. 6:55 left to go in the third quarter. Bellevue
Right out.
just on the
Split
scoreboard,
right.
leads at 7-3.
Split right. The man in motion. First man through. There you go.
Carson again, and
They
nowhere
adjusted
to go. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Plugged up that A gap.
And among the tacklers there, Casper Rublowski, among others, for the Wolverines to make the stop.
Good penetration by the D line.
If you're watching this game on YouTube, Twitch, on Rainier Avenue Radio, or Facebook, tell a friend to tune in. There's no fee. It's all free right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
And your coverage ain't going to get any better than this, baby. I'm Rick Dupree. That's Mike Yasutaki, better known as M. Yeezy. And we're here live at Memorial Stadium. And the second handoff, and that is Casper Rublowski. Oh, and a great tackle coming up. That was Galen Gray. And Gray with a big stop for a big loss of about 8 yards.
Now, you're hearing our voices elevated because these Bellevue fans are over here going crazy on this sideline.
That was a better play on the corner. That was the area that Marysville-Pilchuck was exploiting.
Yeah, in the first half.
But
Yeah,
Bellevue
you're right.
looked like they made a good adjustment.
Made
they got
adjustment,
upfield. Yep. So that play didn't work that time. So
4th, and that was a loss. So check that of about 5 yards. So a loss.
Right.
That makes it 4th and 11. Good snap. The punt.
Short kick.
Yeah, short kick. He didn't get a great kick on that one, and they're going to spot it at the 40. I'm looking to see where the official looks like he's going to say at the 40-yard line. So a short kick of only about 20 yards.
Good field position for Wolverines.
The Wolverines take over on the Marysville-Pilchuck 40-yard line. So, again, something that John Yasutaki talks a lot about, if the ball's across the 50-yard line, your chances go up. If you're inside the 30, they go up even more, and 20 even more as far as getting a opportunity to score. So the Wolverines in great field position here.
Right.
5:14 left to go in the third quarter. Handoff, and that is Wang off the right side. Helmet comes off.
Uh-oh.
And that was looked like
56 has to come out. sit out.
Colin Backer lost his helmet, but he is okay. Gets his hat.
Well,
as they would say, and talking about Al Roberts earlier, and Al, he used to always tease us. He said, I played back in the days when after practice, you just take your helmet off, fold it up, put it in your back pocket.
Right.
The helmets aren't like that anymore.
Well, anytime your helmet comes off, you got to check to make sure your head wasn't in it. That's what we used to say. To make sure your head's not in it.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah. So it looks like a backer will come off with
power
one
set.
play, I believe, in the back.
Two tight ends.
Hand off first, back up the middle.
Yeah.
That is Wang
again.
Off the left side.
Yeah, he's the workhorse.
He is.
Yeah.
William Wang, senior running back.
Yeah, I like the way he runs. He yards after contact. He keeps his feet moving. He's a tough target.
4:39 here to go. These teams are not passing.
No, they are not.
That's a bad word. That's a four-letter word. That's bad.
Yeah. This has got to be one of the quickest games we've done all year.
Yeah, it really is. And we've done a few where the clock was running. We've done some where the lightning and the short in the quarters. But and the second handoff coming around, and that is Daniels. Daniels outside, breaks a tackle, and knocked out of bounds. Oh, Sean Daniels, the junior running back. And on that second back handoff and come around the right side.
And no penalty.
First down.
Yep.
So the Wolverines in no huddle. They're back at it. Ball's on the 24-yard line. 23.
Now it's tight set. Power set.
And
Wang again. Yes.
And
they found something.
Yeah.
They found something off their left guard.
Off the left guard, because they're running Wang, and you make a good point. He's falling forward every time he gets positive yards after contact.
They're gassed.
Yeah. Wolverines are starting to wear down Marysville-Pilchuck.
Right.
7-yard pickup on that first down carry by William Wang.
They're not hitting and wrapping up. They're just grabbing, arm tackling. So he's getting those extra yards. It's a tough runner though.
2nd and 3. Wang again, lead back.
It's okay. They're pounding it in the middle.
Yep. And there was Blake Teets, I believe, was leading William Wang. And Wang's going to pick up the first down. And I believe it's just inside at the 10-yard line. So first and goal.
This is Bellevue football.
It must be right inside the 10-yard line because they can't get a first down. Wang on the right side. Wang breaks the tackle.
1 yard line.
Down to about the 2-yard
line. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what I mean, Rick? They're gassed. They're gassed.
On both sides of the ball. You're right. They being Marysville-Pilchuck, and right now the Wolverines just wearing the Tomahawks down.
That's the line already. Touchdown.
Wang.
Touchdown.
He's in there. Touchdown.
Yep. They wore them out. They literally wore them down.
This is how we do it. All season long, the undefeated Bellevue team.
Yeah. That left guard, left tackle for the Bellevue is just creating a path for that for Wang.
They're getting that push at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
And then Wang getting through there. Like you said, he just keeps his legs moving.
Feet moving. Yards after contact. He's a good runner.
So the touchdown gives Bellevue, and the extra point is up, and it is good. So with 3:02 left to go, 2 quick scores within 4.5 minutes of each other, and Bellevue takes a commanding 14-3 lead over the Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks.
Now I know it's in their game plan or their practice plan or whatever they have, but Marysville-Pilchuck's got to open it up. What I was thinking was, well, they haven't tried the screen pass or a draw. Well, because nobody passes, so none of those plays would work.
Right. That's a really good point.
Screen pass or a draw wouldn't work, unless it's like a delay handoff. But they haven't shown the propensity to pass, so those plays are really just in the playbook, but don't go to them.
Yeah.
So, but Marysville-Pilchuck has to open up now.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio .world. I want to remind you that on December 7th, we'll be broadcasting live 7 to 9, the recall, and sharing information about how that's going with Thomas Want. December 7th from 7 to 9, hosted by Juan Cotto. And then December 11th, we'll be presenting the first annual Holiday Craft Bazaar at the Columbia City Theater. Local vendors.
Good kick.
Looks like we'll have a touchback, so I'll finish that. Local vendors will be selling their wares and showing their wares. If you'd like to participate in this, contact us at Rainier Avenue Radio. .world, noon to 5 on Saturday, December 11th. There'll be live performances, local vendors come shop till you drop. And, at the Columbia City Theater in South Seattle.
Great.
Come check it out.
Yes, indeed.
More about that. Just another way that Rainier Avenue Radio serves our communities.
And so Jordan Velasquez downs it in the end zone. 1st and 10 for the Tomahawks on the 20. Handoff off the right side, left side, I should say, finding some room. And that is Carson.
Good pickup.
Dylan Carson, he's going to get about 6 yards, maybe 7. Let's see where they spot it. Yeah, we're going to give him a 7-yard pickup to the 27-yard line. So, again, back to the basics for the Tomahawks. Dylan Carson just took it off that left side, bounced it out. 2nd and 3 to go. Tomahawks trailing the Wolverines 14-3. 2:53 left to go in the third quarter.
Oh, got 3 wide outs on the right. Direct handoff, straight handoff. Oh, good run. Good effort. Good
Dylan
second
Carson,
effort.
yep, breaking a tackle across the 30 for the first down, out to the 32.
What Marysville did when they brought those 3 wide outs, getting the linebackers or the cornerbacks to play softer, and that's why they were able, when they got that run off the off tackle play, there's no run support. There wasn't as much run support.
Spread out,
right? Because they're spreading them out.
Yeah. So maybe that's something that little game plan change with the Wolverines wearing down Marysville-Pilchuck. Man in motion, hand off to the motion man. He's on the outside. He's got some yardage. Now there's a Jordan Velasquez, forgive me. Velasquez is going to have about 4 yards.
4?
Yeah, about 4 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 6 balls at the Tomahawks 37-yard line.
Right.
Tomahawks trying to sustain a drive here, get some points on the board, trailing 14-3 now. With 2:28 left to go in quarter number 3.
Motion. Here's the pass.
Looking for the pass. You got a receiver open. No, just overthrow. So quarterback was looking for Galen Gray. And Jace Luton just threw it over Gray. He had another man open deeper, was Lucian Curtis as well. I thought he was going to go for Curtis, but went for Gray and overthrew him. So incomplete. 3rd and 6 for the Tomahawks. Well, you can hear this Bellevue crowd is in this ball game. Handoff Gray, breaks a tackle, and he's going to be stumbled. Ball's out, but he was down. I believe he was down. Yep, referee saying he was down. So Gray coming in that kind of motion and came around. But he's going to be stopped well short of the first down, about 5 yards shy. So it'll be 4th and 5 to go. And the Tomahawks are going to have to punt it away. And you still got a lot of football left to be played. You got to get rid of it. You got to play that field position right now.
I was going to
try
say,
to get Bellevue on,
right,
way in their own territory.
I wasn't sure they were going to punt because I was looking for the punt team to come in, but they came in.
Notice?
Yeah, took a little time to get out there, but they finally got out there. So 4th and 5, and
you're going to have to call timeout. They just delay a game or timeout, one of the two.
Delay a game.
Yeah.
Let's see. Haven't had a motion yet. Now the officials say delay a game. Yeah, Mike, you can't afford. I mean, right now, so Marysville-Pilchuck has to play field position. That's why they're punting.
Right. Well, that's why I say when I was looking for the punt team and I didn't see them come out. And then I saw the time was running. I said, okay. But probably at this point, it's better to give up 5 yards than the timeout. They may need it.
Right. Snap is good. The punt, it's a high punt, but it's
short
going to be short. It's going to be real short. Good bounce, though, across midfield, across the 45, down to the 42.
Yeah, picked up about 15 yards on the bounce.
Man, it was
good field position, though. Yeah, still good field position for it.
But at least you've got Bellevue on their side of the 50-yard line. Although the ball's at the 42-yard line. So the Wolverines with 1:31 left to go in the third quarter, leading 14-3, take over first and 10 on their own 42-yard line.
This is this was also another fast quarter.
Yeah, well, these two teams, again, like you said, passing is a four-letter word. They don't put it up in the air very much.
Nope.
Man in motion for the Wolverines. Hand off, and that's William Wang right up the middle. He's got about 3.
Yep.
Maybe 3.5 across the 45. They're going to spot it just shy of the 46-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and about 7 to go.
They're going to keep feeding it. He's going to break one. He's going to break one.
I agree.
Now,
so in a situation like this as a coach, Mike, what are you telling your defense? Oh, the flag, and it's going to go against Bellevue.
No.
What do you tell your defense at this time? They're tired. They're gassed. What do you tell them though? They've got to. You got to finish the game out.
You still can't lose your technique. You got to keep your technique. Read your. You got to look at the right keys, and again, like I said, that's an alignment issue, but you also just have to suck it up.
Yeah. Good point. So holding call, 1st and 17. Handoff from around. That's Gray. Gray, cut it back. He's going to go. Gray, this could be all the way. Gray on the sideline. Touchdown. Galen Gray. 60. What am I going to call it? About 65 yards, I believe it was. Oh, Galen Gray cut it back. Broke a tackle on the sideline. Touchdown, Bellevue.
There again, Rick missed tackles. People were out of position, and he had good blocks downfield. Made that cutback, and he was gone.
Yeah,
he was gone.
And you talk about being gassed, being fatigued, and you miss tackles. You don't wrap up. You don't do the things you need to do.
Exactly. I mean, they made contact, but they didn't bring him down.
Yeah, they didn't wrap up.
Right.
Galen Gray made him pay. Extra point is up. It's good.
21.
So I tell you what, with 7:27 left to play in the third quarter, Marysville-Pilchuck led it 3-0. And in a matter of 6 minutes, the Wolverines have put 21 points on the board. They did it 21-3.
Right. There's a minute 3 left in this quarter.
Yep.
Now, let me see. I think Bellevue will probably forgo that 4-letter word and just grind it out.
Yeah.
Just continue to grind it out.
Yeah, well, why not? Run the clock out.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Run the clock out. Do what you do best.
Force Marysville-Pilchuck to come out of their original game plan and open it up. So we'll see what happens.
Well, Marysville-Pilchuck, we saw them put the ball in the air. They had some receivers there.
Yeah.
And the quarterback, Jace Luton, he's just got to get it on him.
Right.
He had some open guys, so we'll see. But, yeah, you're right. At this point, with a quarter left to play, they've got to create some offense. And we're here, semifinals of the state AAA football here in Washington State, and Bellevue leading Marysville-Pilchuck by a score of 21-3. And coming up, don't go anywhere, because following this game will feature number 2 Eastside Catholic against number 6 Kennewick. And the winner of that game will play the winner of this game next week, next Saturday, a game you can hear live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio at noon from Spark Stadium in Puyallup.
Minute and 3 seconds for this quarter. Marysville-Pilchuck obviously has to score, but they have to score without 5-6 minute drive. They can't take a lot of time.
That's a really good point. They're going to have to get a big play. They're going to put the ball in the air. They're going to do something. It can't be 4 yards in a cloud of dust. And the pitch, halfback pass. He's not open. He's going to run it. Yep.
Looked like
that was Galen Gray.
Yeah, Bellevue had that covered.
And forgive me, I apologize. I was saying Galen Gray's name. He's number 3 for Marysville-Pilchuck. That touchdown was a Sean Daniels for Bellevue. I apologize. Sean Daniels, 65 yards all the way for Bellevue just a moment ago. So please, those of you listening, and especially Bellevue fans, forgive me. Sean, I apologize, my brother. Let me give you credit. Nice cutback. And Sean Daniels took it 65 yards for the touchdown for Bellevue to give them a 21-3 lead. And off the left side of
first down,
the line, that was Dylan Carson with the first down for Marysville-Pilchuck.
46 seconds quarter.
Yep, left to go here in the third quarter.
if I was a Bellevue defensive coordinator, I'd say I'd be happy with them just running the ball. Like
Yeah,
they have
absolutely.
been.
Yeah.
Just as long as you contain.
Yep.
And make tackles and rally to the ball.
So handoff, and that is Galen Gray of Marysville-Pilchuck. And Gray takes it across the 35 out to about the 38-yard line. So pickup of about 6, maybe 7 yards. I'll check that, about 8 yards. So it will be 2nd and 2 to go. And I don't know if they're going to get this play off before the clock. Before the quarter. They do, just right as the quarter ends. And that is Dylan Carson. 5. Carson on the sideline. One man to beat. Started to stay in bounds. Carson knocked out. Oh, Dylan Carson takes it all the way down to about the 12-yard line on the final play of the third quarter. Tell you what, the Tomahawks Mike got that snap right at 1 second on the clock. And so that will do it after 3 frames. Bellevue leading Marysville 21-3. And the Wolverines scored 21 points in about 6.5 minutes. Right. The last one is 65-yard electrifying run by a Sean Daniels. And Daniels took it in to give the Wolverines a 21-3 lead.
Right. Marysville-Pilchuck is threatening right now, though.
They are keeping it on the ground. And I tell you what, big run there by Dylan Carson to put them in great field position. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Well, no. Okay, check it. I believe, they haven't moved the sticks yet.
Oh, okay.
So let's see where it looked like he got knocked out at about the 13-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. And you can hear the Bellevue chant going on, the large cheer squad of the Wolverines.
He got out at the 30, huh?
Okay, they're saying he stepped out at the 30.
Okay.
So he was hit there and kept going.
Yeah.
So they're saying he was out. So 1st and 10 for the Tomahawks on the 30-yard line of the Wolverines. Hand off to Carson off the left side. Not a lot of room there. Maybe a yard.
Good penetration by the tackle, right on the right-hand side.
And good play there among the players, Christian Van Natta. And I like what I saw out of Van Natta, giving Carson a little pat on the helmet, saying good run. So, again, Mike, we talked about good sportsmanship. We've seen it all season long, and it continues.
That's great.
2nd and 9 to go for the Tomahawks.
Second man.
And off, second man through, and nowhere to go.
Lost yardage.
And there to make the stop, number 3 is Sean Daniels, and number 44, forgive me, 44 for Bellevue. I gave you the wrong name again. 44 is George Kruger. So George Kruger made the stop on the last play and this play. And Kruger, again, showing great sportsmanship. So, again, 3rd and 10.
Going to be a passing play.
Tomahawks wide, receiver split wide to the right, and pass, goes slant, and not there, not able to hold on to it. And that was number 13, Jamari Jefferson. And the pass was there, and Jefferson, but, I think he heard some footsteps of a DB as well.
That safety for Bellevue, number 27, he was closing on him too. I think
that was a Blake Teach. Yeah, Teach was coming in.
Yeah.
And I think Jamari may have heard those footsteps.
Right. Yeah.
So 4th down. They have 4th down territory. Marysville-Pilchuck going for it, man in motion.
Double reverse.
And
Got
it. A great defensive play coming in is Jasper Svensson.
They read that. Yeah. Number 4.
Svensson with the stop. Oh, my.
Jasper Svensson, yep.
And Galen Gray was trying to get outside, and Svensson said, So that'll be a turnover on downs. Wolverines ball.
They didn't fall for that misdirection or that reverse.
No, not at all.
They stayed at home.
When we talk about it, this is where you got to establish a passing game.
Right.
They just have not established that.
The scouting report is they're not going to be able to pass. So
right.
They haven't shown the effectiveness to be able to pass. So
I don't think they've completed a pass.
Right,
3
exactly.
or 4, but have not completed one.
So this will be grinded out football.
Yep. 10:40 left to play in the ball game. Bellevue leading 21-0. Handoff
Yep.
up the middle.
Yep.
And a
Tempo.
big gain.
They're
And
gonna
again,
go
that's the
tempo.
guy you
They'll
said,
probably go
number
tempo.
30,
Yeah.
William Wang. Wang, a pickup of about 12, 13 yards out the field. I would say he's just short at about the 48, so about 11-yard
It's
pickup.
okay. Yeah.
And
No,
again,
they
clock
moved
is
the
still-
chains. Yeah.
Yep.
They moved the chains for
Keep the ball on the ground, move
Yeah.
the chains, and
Yeah.
clock is running. 10:30 left to play. So the number one Bellevue Wolverines showing you why they are the top-ranked state team in the state AAA division.
There they go. At the line quick.
So we've got one receiver, Camus Rumi, split
Wang
wide to
again.
the right, but hand off to Wang, and
Yep.
Wang off the left side across
Right.
midfield.
We just call it the Wang play. That's all, that's all they're going to do. Hand off to number 30.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
It may change up and hand off to the other back, but that's their bread and butter man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Wang picks up 5 on that first down carry. So 2nd and 5 to go.
Yeah.
Bellevue at the Marysville-Pilchuck 47-yard line.
Yeah.
9:40 left to go.
Right. They're not in a hurry to snap the ball anytime soon.
Not at all. Yeah,
snap
you're
it
right.
at about 7 or 5. There we go.
Hand off to Wang
There
again.
he
On the
goes
right side,
again.
breaks the tackle, cutting it back, spins, carrying tacklers with him all the way down to the 37-yard line.
Wow.
The William Wang show.
I'll call it WW2, World War II.
Really?
Look like World War II out there.
W squared.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's getting it done.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of credit to that offensive line
Yep.
because they are making
Yep.
a hole, giving him some room to run.
And they're winding the clock down. They're
Yeah.
letting the clock run down, which is smart.
Yep.
They'll break
So-
the huddle in about 5 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah,
they'll
so
snap
they're
it.
letting that play clock run down to
Yeah.
less than 10 every time. Wang on the
Oh.
left side now. And good defense there is going to have about 2 yards to the 35-yard line. But I think more importantly, Micah, they're grinding the clock.
Right.
You know, now we're under 8 minutes, 8:50 left to play, and the clock is still moving.
You know what I like in this offense consistently throughout this game? The players who don't get the ball on the handoff run through the play.
Right. I saw
they're
that.
selling.
I
They're
saw
selling.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good point.
Well, he knew he was on camera, so he he had to get his spot in.
Yeah, to make it look good.
Yeah, right. Look at me. Look at me.
Hey, Mom, it's me.
Yeah.
I don't have the ball, but
Really.
Yeah.
Wang again off the
Yeah.
right side. Good defense again
Right.
coming up.
Okay.
And initial stop, I believe that was number 22, Noah Faber.
I just noticed that they're so run conscious inside. I didn't see anybody on the corner on the boundary when number 15 rolled out. I mean,
So that
probably
may be,
they're reacting to him going inside so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That may open up that dive inside. And
Yep.
I tell you what, I've been impressed with the quarterback, both quarterbacks, but Lucas Rizzori.
Yeah.
He able to kind of disguise who he's handing the ball off to. And the handoff,
Oh,
and that
is
is
that? Yep.
again,
Teets.
27, Blake Teets.
Yep. Teets. Yep.
He's got a first down.
They're wearing them down.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
7:30 on the clock, and let's see if they move the chains now. The referees they
First
say,
down.
First down.
Yep. Another first
They
down.
move the chains.
Another 3-4 minutes they can run off. Yep. Rick, you've been around football long enough. You too, Tony. This is a typical Bellevue Wolverine football
yes, it is.
approach, like reminiscent of the Wolverines over in
Michigan.
Ann Arbor.
Don't make
Right.
don't make me sing it again.
Yeah,
But this is how they do it.
yeah. This is.
I'll wrap it for you this time. This.
Look at that. Look
And
at
Wang off the left side. He seems to
Still
be
going.
moving. Wang down to the 10-yard line. William Wang refusing to go down.
that. Boy, he's gonna have a full Christmas stocking.
Yes,
Christmas is
indeed.
gonna come early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So William
He's-
Wang takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line, first down. So it'll be first and goal for the Wolverines, leading 21-3. 7 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Yep.
And it looks like, unless something unforeseen occurs, looks like the Wolverines will be the first team to take that step to the state championship next week.
Mark, you're absolutely right. You can't question William Wang's commitment to football. He's getting some tough yards.
Yeah, he is. Here he is again. Breaks a tackle and falls forward down
Yep.
to about the 7-yard line.
if at the very worst they get a field goal out of it, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be running 3 or more minutes off the clock.
Yep.
They could.
And you see on the end of the end zone on the corner, a number of the Eastside Catholic players in uniform. They're watching this game and seeing the action going on. And Eastside Catholic, they are up next. They're ranked number 2 in the state. They take on number 6 Kennewick.
Right. Now, Eastside Catholic makes it and Bellevue makes it. It's called a neighborhood brawl.
Yeah,
Right.
and you know the interesting thing is that Eastside Catholic will put the ball up in the air.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a different type of ball
Yeah.
game next week if it's Eastside Catholic.
So
Obviously
it'll be
yet to
great. It'll be great to see that. It'll be nice to see that.
Yeah,
you
two
know?
contrasting offenses. So we got a timeout on the field, and I'm not sure why.
You are right, Mr. Yeezy. That will be a spin on the Hood Classic.
Right.
Eastside Hood
Eastside
Classic.
Hood Classic.
All right, William Wang once again off the left
Wow,
side.
he's
and
at
he
the goal
just
line.
powers all the way
He's at
down
the goal
to
line.
the goal line. So it's going to make it 3rd and goal, and he's right at the goal line. So they've got two downs to punch it in from we'll say the 1 yard line.
They're just running right off that guard tackle gap.
Yep.
They're just powering through there. It's going to be tough for Marysville-Pilchuck to come back if they get this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bellevue knocks it in.
insurmountable. And
5
again,
minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, the Wolverines taking their time, 10 seconds on the play clock. So smart move there by head coach Michael Knip. And just having these guys take the time. Wang off the left side. Touchdown, William Wang.
He walked in. He
Yep.
walked in. There's no contest there.
They really do just wear you down.
Yeah,
Yep.
they did. Wore him down.
So William Wang with his 3rd touchdown of the game gives the Wolverines a 27-3 lead.
So I could see why they scored 20-something plus points in the second half. This is where people down.
Yeah.
This is where you out.
Well, they were apparently against Rainier Beach. It was a 21-14 game at the half.
Yes,
And they came back in the second
They
half
blew
and
it
they
up.
won it 56-22
Right.
last week.
just
Extra
exploded.
point, low snap, and not able to get the kickoff. It is no good. So the score remains 27-3 Bellevue.
Yeah,
With 5:12 left to go in the ball game, the number 1 Wolverines leading the Tomahawks 27-3.
I think Bellevue's coach can bring his secondary back because they're going to have to throw.
Yeah.
You can just relax them, get them sit back a little bit.
Well, that's a good point, and you want to start. You figure that I have not seen Kennewick, but you know the Eastside Catholic will put the ball up in the air, and they have some potent receivers. So
Right.
you want to get some work in there.
Right.
So why
Well,
not? Yeah.
at least some recognition about what's going to happen in the passing attack. I know they're playing just basically a middle safety, 3 deep, but 1 high safety. And they'll probably keep that configuration still.
And Tony B with the cam looking at some of the Bellevue fans here. You see them. They are excited for their Wolverines. And we are here live at Memorial Stadium. The Bellevue Wolverines leading the Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks 27-3, 5-12 left to play in the ball game. And Tony B, that's Lourdes Prim. You saw right there. She's one of the main camera. Tony B went past her. Lourdes doing her thing. Now back to that main camera. It's a beautiful day for football. It's not sunny, but I'll tell you what, if you're on the field, you're feeling good. You like it. It is dried up. It's not raining, so high kick into the end zone. That will be a touchback.
Touchback, right. Yeah, especially when you're on the high side of the score. I guess you're feeling good.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, let's see what Marysville-Pilchuck comes up with now.
Yeah. So we had Mike, light rain in the first half. Nothing serious, but it is cleared up in the sense of no rain here in the second half.
Right.
Although, honestly, with 2 teams that keep the ball on the ground like these 2 teams, that the weather not as much of a factor as if you put the ball up in the air quite a bit. So the handoff right up the middle. That is Dylan Carson. Carson off the left side's got a couple out to the 22. So I don't know if Marysville-Pilchuck tried to set up the throw, or it's like, hey, this is what we do. We're going to keep doing it. But
Right. I think right now they're out of their comfort zone. It's going to force them to do some things that.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. And
you
got to get out that comfort zone.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 8.
Yep.
Hand off up the middle. Carson again. Carson cuts it back. And a
4
flag,
minutes.
late flag.
Yeah.
So let's see what we have.
Personal foul.
There's a penalty flag on that play.
It came late
Carson
in that pile up.
Yeah.
So let's see what the cause. The officials at the 25-yard line conferring. What's that? Let's see. Well, he was facing one way now. That's going to go against Bellevue.
Okay.
And I think you hit it on the head. Unsportsmanlike conduct. It's going to be a 15-yarder. Bring the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Face mask. Yeah.
So face mask unsportsmanlike. That is a 15-yard automatic first down.
Right.
So Marysville-Pilchuck now with the ball on the 40-yard line. 4:25 left to go in the ball game, and they trail Bellevue 27-3. Hand off to the second man through. That's Galen Gray. Gray's got some room across the midfield, knocked out of bounds. I'll tell you what, if you're Marysville-Pilchuck, that's what you want. Get a big gainer and get knocked out of bounds. You don't have to use a timeout.
Right. Stop the clock.
Yeah. So Gray takes it across. He's going to be knocked out at the 48-yard line. So the Tomahawks will have it 1st and 10 on the Wolverine 48-yard line. Tomahawks, one receiver split wide to the right. That's Jamari Jefferson.
Right. In the power set still.
And he's got single coverage with the handoff to
First man.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was Dylan Carson, and Carson maybe a yard to the 47-yard line. That's about it, though.
Even though they're running split backs, it looks like they're running offset, though. The back is lining up outside hip of the tackle. It looked like it was a wide handoff. Split left this time. And a slot. They got a slot on the left and flanker on the right.
And hand off to the slot guys.
Covered.
Velasquez and
good contain.
Good hit coming up was
contain.
Deshaun Daniels. Daniels also there was Casper Wablowski. And who else was there? Number 44, George Kruger. All of those guys were there, but the first guy there was Deshaun Daniels.
Might be a penalty, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a hold. It looks like they're going back. Let's see the officials at the 50-yard line conferring. 2 of them, that is. And I think they're going to step it off against. Oh, wait a minute. No, it looks like we're going against Bellevue. The way they were pointing, I thought they were going to step it off against Marysville-Pilchuck. Now the official coming and talking to another official. And
personal foul?
Yeah. Oh, personal foul leading with the helmet, I believe. On.
Oh, they're calling it off? Oh.
What?
Oh, they declined it. It was against Marysville.
Okay.
They declined it.
Okay. So it was a loss on the play back to the 48-yard line.
3rd down.
And the 2nd down is going to be repeated.
No, the 3rd down. They
it lose it down. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They refused the penalty.
Yep. Good
third.
point. So 3rd and 14 at the 48-yard line. So Bellevue, again, refused the penalty. Now they're getting a new ball out on the field. Okay, now lining up.
3rd down for the Tomahawks.
Pass.
And a quick pass to screen and too low and not able to do anything with it. He just goes to the ground. That is Jordan Velasquez.
That was interesting.
Yeah, you got it.
You would thought unless that was a double pass, unless they're trying to do a double pass. Why, the flat was covered.
Right.
I mean,
right. Yeah.
And again, like I said, they haven't thrown enough to even run what's called a screen pass.
Yeah.
So
good point. Yeah.
that didn't fool anybody. 4th down. This is the ball game.
Inside
handoff. Yep.
And
That's
nowhere
it.
to
That's
go.
it.
That was Galen Gray. And boy, he was met at the 45-yard line. And among them, I believe making that hit on him was number 44, George Kruger.
Sportsmanship, right. 44 came up to number 3, and they both hugged each other. It's a good play. Good
So
sportsmanship.
turnover on downs, Mike. And
Right.
like you said, that's really the ball game. 2:41 left to go in the ball game. Bellevue leading Marysville-Pilchuck by a score of 27-3.
You know, I taught my dad to shake, but I never taught him to roll over. He only does one trick.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. Mike was saying, man, Marysville-Pilchuck needed to throw the ball. They didn't throw the ball. And the handoff and the workhorse.
Oh, Wang again.
Yep.
About 5 yards. No, I was going to tell you, Coach. Why don't you just pass?
Oh, yeah.
Get in some practice.
I know.
time.
Yeah, no, that's a
Get
good
some
point.
practice
Yeah.
now.
I thought you were talking about Marysville-Pilchuck.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
One
You're right,
one
Bellevue.
trick. One trick.
Yeah.
But hey, until they stop it.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
So-
again, they're 12-0. It's not just a
Yeah.
12-0. So,
It's a William Wang show.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a William Wang show.
So clock is ticking. 2:10 left to go
They
in the ball
got
game.
playing time. Well, you know what they're going to do. You know what they're going
Pardon
to
my
do.
grammar, but they ain't running. I mean,
Yeah.
they ain't passing it. They ain't passing near a ball.
There it is.
And
Yep, there it is.
William Wang off the left
Oh, my
side. And
gosh.
man, just
Oh,
a push
my
on the
gosh.
offensive line. And Mike, you said it early on in the third quarter when Bellevue had that first drive, and you said, you know, they have worn Marysville-Pilchuck down. And that's exactly what it is.
Right.
The offensive line is getting that push
Yep.
off every
Surge
play.
upfield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really are.
And he doesn't even need to pick a lane because there's some gaps.
Yeah.
There he is. Number 30 came out.
And coming
Getting
out, and
a
that's
good hand.
William Wang and all of his teammates coming around him and patting him on the helmet. What a great game. 3 touchdowns for William Wang, and he really, really was a difference in this ball game for the Wolverines as he just controlled it. And now they're just
Yep.
going to
Kneel
count
down.
it. Yep, good play. I like that.
Yep.
Lucas Rosori.
Players are shaking hands, congratulating each other.
Patting each
That's
other on the
nice.
shoulder
That's
pads.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about that. Mike, I can't tell you how impressed I am. These young people and just the level of sportsmanship they've shown has just been exemplary.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
throughout the season and
Very
all
commendable.
4 seasons we've
Yeah.
covered high school
Yeah.
athletics, and that goes both boys and girls.
Yes.
Football,
Yes.
basketball, baseball. I mean, we've just seen, and I think, you talked about volunteer coaches, and one of the things we know, Seattle Parks Department is looking for volunteer. Well, I shouldn't say volunteer referees. They're not volunteers.
Officiate.
They're looking for
$21
officials,
bucks an
$21
hour.
So
Wow.
if you are interested, and 18 and over, and they will train you. Go to the Seattle Parks Department website, and you'll get more information there. And go ahead and sign up. $21 an hour. And again, Mike, I think of that because you talk about volunteers, and
Yeah,
you talk
that's
about
it. Yeah.
working with, and that's going to do it. The Wolverines with the win. They win it 27-3. 18 seconds left on the clock. They don't have to run another play. That will do it for coverage of game number 1. Bellevue, the first seed to make it. They will be in the state championship game next Saturday at Spark Stadium. We'll be there with them, and they will take on the winner of game number 2 that you can hear and see right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Number 2, Eastside Catholic. Number 6, Kennewick. Up in about an hour at 4 o'clock right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Basically, it was a clean game. It wasn't a lot of unnecessary penalties, and class act by both teams. Class act by both teams.
Really
Both
good point.
coaches, players, and fans.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Well, Mike, we certainly appreciate you coming and joining us and sitting in for your brother, and as a result of that, you've now earned your own spot.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored. Yeah, when I work with you pros, I'm learning a lot.
Oh, please. It's a team effort here.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Juan, your fellow commentator, Juan said Bellevue would be in the final. He picked it.
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah, no doubt. He was right.
Yeah, he was right. Yeah, I guess he'd seen
He
it.
had seen him, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of times. So Yeah.
So again, that wraps up game number 1. Don't go anywhere though, because we have a whole nother game coming up right here. Number 2, Eastside Catholic. Number 6, Kennewick, right here at Memorial Stadium, and they have it on the scoreboard 64 minutes. So they started the clock, the 64-minute countdown. But that does it. Game number 1. Again, Bellevue a 27-3 winner over Marysville-Pilchuck, and again, going next week, we will have Bellevue, and they will take on the winner of this next game.
Eastside Catholic, Kennewick.
Eastside
Don't sleep on
Catholic.
Kennewick.
Yeah,
And definitely, you know, that Eastside Catholic is going to bring it.
Oh, yeah. The lone Metro representative, Eastside Catholic, a couple knocked out last week, O'Day and Rainier Beach. So Eastside Catholic representing Seattle's Metro League and hosting this game here at Memorial Stadium. So with that, that's going to do it for our coverage of game number 2 coming up in 1 hour at 4 o'clock right here at Memorial Stadium. For Lourdes Prim, for Tony B, for M. Yeezy, filling in for Jay Yeezy. That's Mike Yasutaki. I'm due.
We'll versus Eastside Catholic, and by around 7 o'clock, we'll know who the finals are, and we'll be there to give that game to you as well. And Bellevue has done their part for the Eastside Hood Classic, I guess, the Eastside Hood Classic. I guess we're waiting now for Eastside Catholic to see if they can get it done against this surprising Kennewick team. Which again, don't sleep on them. So, on behalf of Coach Yasutaki, Rick Dupree, Lourdes Prim, it's me, Tony B. We're going to turn you back over to our regularly scheduled programming, and we'll be back with you. At this rate, probably in about 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, the game went so fast.
Gentlemen, is that it?
That is it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back on Monday.
Yeah,
with
Monday.
the bow winding, 6:30, and then next Saturday to bring you the state championship game live from Spark Stadium. But don't go anywhere. Juan Cotto, Mike Yasutaki, Tony B, Lourdes Prim. We're all here at Memorial Stadium for game number 2.
Right.
In about an hour right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Thanks a lot, Rick. It was great working with you.
Always appreciate it. Good to see you, my brother.
We'll catch you. Whether you believe you can or whether you believe you cannot, you are probably right. We're out. Peace.